What's up? JP out here. Okay, it's the early morning right now, and it's 8:31, and I'm on my way to. I'm on my way to blah 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 blah. Renew my driver's license. I got a speeding ticket, so here, when you get speeding tickets and stuff like that, you get points taken off. I think you get a max like 6 points, and if you do something to get rid of those points, then oh boy, you're gonna be walking for a while. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go get my driver's license. Sit in a class for like 2 hours watching videos, driving videos, and listening to lectures and stuff like that. It's long. I don't know. It's traffic. I don't know. Wow. Well, we'll see how long this is gonna take. But anyway, so that's where I'm going now. But my subject today, I want to talk about being married to Japanese women and stuff like that. There's a lot of different type of women who you will run into and marry. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was talking about how this stereotype of how foreign guys end up getting the not what's that word called? Gosh, not the low level. It's something like the least wanted Japanese woman or something like that. And I want to clarify that because that is so misleading. I think I made a video about it, but I haven't checked my videos because sometimes I'll make videos and upload them, and sometimes I'll forget, and I don't know. But anyway, I want to talk about that now and being married and stuff. There are two ways that I think people are viewing this. Well, there's only one way, but actually there's two ways. There's two things that people are not really thinking about. First of all, when you think about it, I guess it's getting the bottom of the barrel crumbs or something like that. You know, there's two categories in Japan or around the world that people fit in. And one definitely is looks, and the other one is economics. In Japan, there are a lot of women out here, or girls in the dating age of 20 and stuff, who comes from families that are very, that's wealthy, you know, and got a lot of money. And they don't always look what we would call quote unquote attractive, at least anyway to Japanese guys, and to some other guys, you know, because they got these type of Japanese women that got a certain face and a certain figure and a certain look and a certain act that a lot of guys really want to, that a lot of guys are attracted to, especially these white guys, you know. And then the brothers, they go after certain type of women too, and they are all Japanese women, of course, but there's a little something different about them, and it could be their faces or whatever, you know, because all Japanese people don't have the same face, and you guys need to understand that a lot of women out here look black, okay, but anyway, their perspective, or the perspective of what type of Japanese woman that a guy will get, they're always saying that the ones at the cream of the crop are the ones that are untouchable to foreign men, and the ones who are not at the top are the ones who are touchable and stuff like that. And when I was talking to this guy, it was funny, you know, he was saying, I was saying, that is so stupid, because unless you know the woman or know the society, which society creates roles and stuff for people, which are pretty much kind of stupid, because each generation that comes, things always change, and people may take on or remember what the older generations say, but whether they follow it or not, you know, that's a whole different situation. So, well, where's this thing taking me? Anyway, So me and him was talking, and when he said that, I said, hey, 5 minutes talking, I didn't say nothing. Or I didn't say anything. Anyway, and I asked him, well, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the ones that look good versus the ones that are not attractive? Or the ones that's poor versus the ones that got money? And he was like, he couldn't answer it. And I said, in Japan it's so interesting because you don't know who's rich. And from my experiences, a lot of the women who these guys, the foreign guys would say are not attractive, usually comes from very rich or wealthy families, And the ones that look good usually comes from the families who don't have a lot of money. And I'm not saying that they're poor, but I mean, they are maybe upper middle class or regular, or some may even live in the projects. I mean, you never know, and so you don't know who is who unless you are looking for the cream of the crop based on their finances, or you're looking for the cream of the crop based on their looks. And in order to do that, you're going to have to ask, excuse me, are you rich? And a lot of women are not going to tell you that. There was this one lady in Nagoya. Well, I'll tell you, all the women I've dated, I think, of all the women that I have dated, let me see if I can get this right. All of them has had money, except for maybe 2. But when I was dating them, they had their own money. Now I'm not really sure. But my first girlfriend, she was individually, both her parents had their own money and stuff like that. But she didn't have money. She had jobs and stuff like that. So I've dated some women who've had money, but most of them, their parents, have money and stuff like that. And of course, when the parents pass along, which hopefully won't be anytime soon, then they're going to inherit that. Plus, they have access to all of that anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's interesting because there was this one Japanese young woman I met, and it was back during the what was that? The Sunsplash days. And she looked okay, I liked her because she looked very black, and it was just that black woman's type of facial features, the African look, not the ones with the flat face, but the projected jaws and stuff like that. She was kind of like that, like mine, and I really like that on women and stuff. And how can I say that? She was not what a lot of guys thought was very attractive, but guys did talk to her and stuff. But you walking down the street, she was not. She wouldn't turn heads basically, but she wasn't ugly at it by any means or anything like that. But her parents were wealthy, and they owned this. I won't say the name of the company, but they owned a company that made billions. And I was like, whoa. And when I met her, she had just came down from dealing with a lot of the African bros, and they were like getting a lot of money from her when she was a teenager, like 17 and 18 years old. And I was thinking, like, what I heard was like anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 a pop, because she was just in love and stuff. And somebody found out, and she got in a lot of big trouble, by her parents and stuff. And then by the time I met her, everything was all cool, and we were talking and stuff. She just gave me a number and said, hey, call me. So I called her at her house, and we were talking, and maybe the mother found out she was talking to a foreign person or whatever, I don't know, and she got in trouble again. But what happened? But we still kept in touch and stuff. And one day, me and her and a friend was talking, and I said something about money, and she just got really nervous and stuff like that. and her. But then my friend broke down and told me the story, and I was like, wow, 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 you know, because her and my friend, he's real cool, bro. I think I talked to him about in my other videos, and it's not Ron, but he real cool, bro. Me and him just hung out a lot, and what he told me, and I was like really shocked, because when you look at her, the money, or being from a family that makes billions, you know, or I know they have more than now they had to have $1 billion. I know they have more than 750 million. I know that for a fact. But to see her and say, wow, her family rolling like that, you know, and like, yeah, man, I was like, whoa, and I just looked and I was like, wow, it was really interesting. But I mean, it was all cool because for me, like I said, I've always met and frequently meet women who have, how could I say that, who has lots of who has lots of money, or come from, you know, families that are financially independent, I guess that's the word. And sorry, because I got some thinking about this roads and stuff. But anyway, I was like really shocked. I was like, wow, you know. And after that, you know, we all hung out for a little bit, and then I don't know. Oh, then she met some other brother from New York and fell in love with him. So she kind of like fell off the chart as far as me meeting her again. And then I heard later that them two got into it or something. And I saw him later, and he said he ended up dumping her or something. But I'm sure he didn't know that he dumped a millionaire's or a billionaire's daughter, you know. And I didn't say anything. Me and my friend, you know, some other friends who knew who she was, you know, just listening to tell his stories, and we were just laughing. He thought we was laughing with him, but we were laughing at him like, oh man, you are such a fool, you know. But unless they really trust you, they are not going to tell you or give you their numbers to their homes, especially, or anything. Oh no, I missed and turned down the wrong street, or anything like that. So it was like really, really, how can I say, the whole thing was really interesting. But when you come out here, there are a lot of stereotypes out here that they have about these Japanese women, and a lot of them.
700メートル先、手平1丁目は右方向です。
And a lot of those stereotypes are just really, really, really misleading. And if I were you, I would not get involved in them. Gosh, oh man, that's the street. I do not want to go down that street. Guys, I hope it's not crowded. Otherwise, I am definitely going to be late. So anyway, I missed my street. Oh my goodness. Anyway, don't fall into that, because even the guy that I was talking to, I wanted to ask him, you know, what about your woman? Does she got money? You know, or whatever. And, you know, I didn't ask, but, you know, the way that a lot of these women act, you really would not even know, unless you just happen to go to their homes, or they take you to their homes, or maybe if they're wearing a certain kind of fashion. But I will let you know that a lot of these women out here who do have money, and if they do like you, especially if you're a brother, because actually there are a lot of not all, but there are a lot of brothers who end up with with these women who do have money. And don't, like I said, don't listen to and that's not about the money, you know. It's just about because they're not going to tell you unless they trust you or they love you. You know, they're not going to tell you. And then if you do something wrong, they kick you to the curb, you know, easily. But it's just a whole bunch of them that do. And I don't know too much about the white guys, even though I know there are some, because actually I saw a white guy the other day driving around in a Rolls Royce, a brand new one, and I was like, whoa, you know, engine was huge, I know that, but it was quiet. But you know, different people end up marrying into different families. Some end up marrying into families that don't have money and stuff like that. But don't get involved in in these in a lot of these stereotypes. It's just like in the States, you don't want people, judging you based on that stuff. Yeah, okay, now I understand the street. And don't get involved in that stuff. Don't even worry about it, because most of them are misleading. But out here, those two are really, that one statement that the foreigners end up getting the throw, I don't know, what's that word? I don't want to use these disrespecting words, but there's this one word that's not so disrespecting, but it delivers the meaning. I think they're saying the least attractive, so, or something like that, but attractive can mean looks. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're basing it on looks and stuff like that, but it's like, that is really misleading. Okay, it really is. And you can come out here and meet a girl who might be overweight, and looking for a boyfriend, maybe even speaks good English, and a lot of people like, nah, a lot of guys know I'll pass her up, but she probably live in these rich neighborhoods, drive a nice car, even some women who do have nice cars and stuff, but a lot of them out here, you really don't, especially if you know Osaka, you really don't need a car. And wow, I might be late, but anyway, you don't really need a car. So unless they really have to, if they really
300メートル先、昭和通りを左方向です。
if they're really in the need of a car, then they'll drive, but a lot of them don't. And I'll tell you, like one of my friends, he was working with this one lady, and lived in Sakai, and she had a barbecue. I don't know why he invited me. Me and him are real good friends though, but he did invite me, and I went there, and the daughter, she's like the same age as my daughter was at that time, and I think she was like 13, and so that wasn't that long ago. She must, I don't know, maybe 15 or something, I don't know, but she was the exact same age as my daughter. And so I went and sat, and the mother came in, different people started coming in, we had a barbecue and stuff, and I wasn't really saying anything because it was my first time. And the daughter just came right over to me, her youngest sister, which only two, so her little sister came right over to me, sat next to me, and just put her head on my shoulders and grabbed my arm, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So I'm just sitting there, and the mother comes in and sees her daughter all hugged up on me and stuff, and she doesn't say anything, and then she goes out and in the backyard, because their house set on a property that could actually sit 6 houses on it and still have roads, or maybe 8 houses. Was really huge, and they had a lot of money. And I was like, well, okay, what is she doing? And then when the mother finished, the mother came and sat on the other side and just started talking to me, telling me about her husband, the business, blah blah blah. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Why are they talking to me like this, giving me this information? It's like they've never seen me, I don't know these people and stuff, but every time they had a barbecue, I always got invited. I brought some other friends, and it was really interesting, because the mother said, bring some friends, and some of the friends that I brought, it was like 2 or 3 of my, I'm sure 2 or 3 of them I always brought with me, and they were like these player guys, they were like really what people would call bad. But a lot of my friends who are players, if I take them to like those kind of places, I'd let them know, you do not act like this. If you do, this will happen to you. I will beat you up, and for some reason, my friends do not hang out. We're all respectful of each other, so we cut the stuff out, and plus I told them, I said, this isn't the type of place where you do that. If you want to get involved with the family, then you get involved with the daughter, and you do it the right way. Otherwise, you're just gonna mess up, because out here, you don't know who you're messing with, and there are a lot of people who are connected to different people that you don't want coming to your house, So, but everything was all good, and the girl herself, she was pretty and stuff. I always called her Kay, because I could never remember her name, but and she knew that. She was like, why don't you ever remember my name? You always come to my house, you never remember my name. I'm like, I forget my mom's name too sometimes. I'm sorry, But that went on for like maybe a whole summer or a year or so. and it was really cool and stuff. But you know, when you look at her,
およそ
you
300
know,
メートル
she
先
didn't have a
右方向
boyfriend.
で
She
す
was looking for a boyfriend because she wanted to get married. I think she was still in her 20s, maybe 27 or 28 or something like that. And oh my God, if I make it, I will be just like so lucky. And she wanted to get married, but she couldn't find anyone. And at that time, I was dating. She knew I was dating, but I wasn't trying to marry her, you know, because I had just got out of a marriage, and I was not looking to get married again, you know. And plus, I thought the friend who invited me, my friend, I thought him and her were dating, but evidently they weren't. Or if they did date, I don't know. But anyway, the whole thing is, based on the way she looked, and she was pretty, but she wasn't like that Japanese doll type ones that you might see.
およそ700メートル先左
Lewis
方向で
District.
す
And not one of those kind of women that you would see like maybe on TV when they throw up the baddest looking ones and stuff like that. She didn't look like that. She looked more on the black side, but she was still attractive and everything. There wasn't nothing wrong with her, you know. She had large mammary glands and everything, you know. So after that, we kept in touch for a little bit, because you know they always actually, you know, yeah, because most of the women, I just stopped calling them, and they would call me, but I would hardly ever call them, you know, because my first 2 years here kind of taught me, if you want to talk to them, then you're better off letting them call you, otherwise you're gonna have a huge bill. And
およ
so
そ
it was
300メートル先左方向です
it was interesting and stuff. But yeah, when you come out here though, don't get caught up in that stuff, because you know, you don't want to base your relationship on a stereotype, or if you're with this kind of girl, you know, you walking around with her, whether guys like her or not, because like my wife, you know, she's doing well and stuff, you know, and to me, she is not attractive at all, you know, but to other people, she's very attractive, and I'm like, okay, you know, and I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird like that. So anyway, I gotta
お
go
よそ700メートル先
because I
右
gotta
方向です
run. I got 6 minutes to get registered. Otherwise, I am going to. Is it this one? Because I can't turn around. I got 6 minutes to get to this place. Because if you're not there by the time they close registration, then I gotta come back another time. But yeah, I could talk for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, don't get caught up in that stuff when you come out here, because it's wrong. You know, you shouldn't date people up. That's where I gotta go. Traffic center.
およそ
You know, because
300
you
メー
shouldn't
トル
date
先
people
右
based
方
on
向
what
で
other
す
people think. You know, it's based on what you feel on her, and you know what she feels on you, or feel about you and stuff like that. And that's it, really. That's it. I am going to be late. There is no way, because I got a red light. I got
まも
6
な
minutes.
く
6 minutes to
右
get
方
make
向
it.
です
But
そ
anyway,
の先500メートルで目的
all I have to
地周
say
辺です
is, you know, based on your feelings, a lot of guys come out here and you guys read these books that these guys write, and a lot of these guys are putting out all this disinformation or misinformation or just some stupid stuff. And a lot of guys come out here and base their whole life on that stuff, you know, and then after 20 years, they realize that they're wrong, you know, and instead of just, you know, being, you know, just cutting the rope loose and just going out there and swim for yourself, you know, because the water ain't deep, you know, it's only 10 inches deep at most, and you do it like that, and you'll be fine, you know. You realize, oh, it's not deep, I can actually stand up, I can actually get out of the water, you know, come in if I want. But yeah, don't listen to those stereotype stuff, because they just gonna throw you off and mess you up. But anyway, I gotta go, I gotta run fast. All right, I'm out, peace.